Hey y'all, it's Roslynn back at you one more, and I hope everybody is doing blessed. And I'm doing blessed and highly favored. I'm not going through the whole thing of my outro, intro, whatever it is, that's taking place. Today I am going to be talking about different things on the topic of discussion that a lot of people may be, really dealing with at this time. I'm trying to pull this up. I'm trying to do way too many different things at one time, so I apologize, y'all. What is it? It's like becoming the kind of magic that we were taught not to believe in. And if you've been getting hit with the massive challenge, that you will eventually break, you are who your bloodline was waiting for. Hey T, what's up, sis? I say grand risings, even though it's the middle of the day, I'm still saying grand risings to you. Hope all is well. So what is I'm about to put on some gossip. I ain't trying to get all up into that right now. How you been, sis? How you been? What's been going on? You been doing good? I'm trying to find my topics of discussion. God dog it. I'm daggone things working on my nerves today. But yeah, it's gonna be just trying to find that magic within yourself. There's so many different things that's good. We've been just getting hit with just being placed in solitude that is really giving us that chance to really just focus on ourselves at this time. Just trying to figure out, what is going on in our lives that we really need to change. What do we need to be going through that, either needs to be disconnected from, part ways with, or add towards more focus, allowing yourself to challenge yourself through those comfort zones, because you get shifted up there, way up there. And this is at that time where they're telling you, hey, you got to go full-fledged on the things that that's going to really make better for your life. And it's for you to be able to do that. You're going through different things where it may feel heavy. It may feel like things is coming at you from all different directions, and it'll just be certain things that just not going the way you thought they were. And those are the things that you have to just really understand, and invest in yourself, or certain things that you may have thought that was destined for you. And it actually is. If it keeps coming up in, like your thoughts, or, different things that you're coming on, like, social media, or just coming in connection with, different people, and you're just hearing the conversations popping off. And it's just like leading you towards different Easter eggs in your life that, you never thought that could really take place. But at that time, there's so many different things that is going against the laws of nature that you're used to, you know what I'm saying? So it's like they want you to be able to go ahead and invest in yourself on so many different things that is blossoming for you, that just go ahead and allow it to take place, even if you really fully don't understand it. Is universe saying just trust the process of everything that's taking place, trust what's unfolding for you, allowing yourself to invest towards yourself in intimate silence, and all those different things that's going on. Because you're getting those views of life lessons that other people aren't seeing right now. And sometimes I feel like that personally, it can be a blessing and a curse, because there's could be so many good things that's going on in people's lives, that if they really truly gave themselves that full commitment towards that, they can get some of the visions that you're already seeing for you, because you allowed yourself to trust that process. And a lot of times the things that you're being led to do is not easy, because it'll be just looking like, speed bump after speed bump, people coming up in there trying to, detour you from certain different things, or you're just feeling like you're just not fully all the way into it. And those are the ones that usually the blessings that you never thought you could invest in. And those are the things that are really being challenged right now, because there's so many different people that are going through, portal jumping, as well as jumping timelines. It's like different things that is coming towards your way that's really want you to speed up the process. Hey Vibe, good coming in, baby. I hope everything is going well for you today. So there's different things that's coming on, especially with those different equinox and all that stuff is coming on, because it's having energy like all over the place. You can feel depressed at one minute, your anxiety is up to the roof of the next. You just feel like That's all you can do, baby. That's all you can do. Just remember I told you, just keep working on that every day with yourself. When you allow yourself to invest in yourself every day, you'll start seeing different things coming on. Because a lot of times we feel like we need to have everything from point A to point B to point C, when, universe and God is just telling you to trust in what they're doing for you. Allow yourself to just be guided, because a lot of times we can, follow the leader with people that, can be leading us into a grave somewhere. And they want us to be able to do that within the universe. And these are those things that is really telling you to invest in what you're feeling that is blessed, And so these different things is taking place into your life, where it's really wanting you to open up wholeheartedly. You really have to allow yourself to really see it. If these things are, you want something destined to take place in your life, first and foremost, they want you to invest in yourself first for these things to actually happen for you. Because they're showing you is that my thoughts are still all over the place and my weird anxiety. I'm not going to discuss any of your private stuff on here, but we'll talk about that when we one-on-one. But there's a lot of different things that's trying to be placed in order for you. And these are the things where you're going to get constant challenges, challenges with yourself, challenges with your purpose, challenging whatever it is hard for you to take place into your life, whether it's you forgiving somebody, you allowing yourself to let certain things go, different things that you're trying to place into your life that you feel like you're truly destined to be. And these are those things where it's a lot, and it's going to be, you'll feel something that is way different. You know what I'm saying? You don't know, you can't put your finger on it. And a lot of times they say when it comes to other people, you can't put your finger on it. That's something just telling you it's done, leave them alone. But when it's within yourself, something's taking place that you truly can't see right now. But it's just telling you to have faith in the universe on what's going on for you. And they want you to keep moving forward, allowing yourself to work on you so you can create a destiny that is desired for you and yours. So those are the things that's really getting challenged at times, because it's like it has your energy can be very hyped one day and it'll be done the next, or you could be purging so much during the week. We'll talk about it later. There's certain things I cannot speak on here in front of everybody, and even though it's YouTube, there's people that'll see this. So there's certain things, if I talk about you to the side, that's only for you and you and yours at that time. So there's a lot of different things that's taking place, and there's certain things that are being hidden in that silver lining, that sometimes it's like, you want something so bad for you to for it to happen, but the way things are looking at you, looking for you at that time, you make it feel like it's not. And sometimes that's what, God and universe wants to be able to give you that faith. That's what faith is for. You can't hope for something so much and you keep praying for it and you don't leave it there. I've been in situations like that. I pray for something and then I keep mentioning it. And that's where God says, that's where your problem lies at. You watering everything down to what you're asking for, because you can believe in other things, but you don't believe in what I can do for your life. And it's like universe and God can do it, make moves in ways that you may not see coming. And that's what they want us to be able to do, because there's so many things that has been taught for us that, they place fear based on a lot of things they didn't want us to see the truth in. That was actually illusion. You know what I'm saying? Because these illusions, they wanted to show us that was true. And then when you finally break away from that, then all of a sudden these different things are taking place that you find out like, dang, these are the things they told me I shouldn't be investing in. Or these are the times where, they forced me to be a certain way or wanted me to be seen a certain way. And I come to find out this is totally, different. And I move this way and I find so many different answers and so many different things. That's why everybody is placed on that situation where you're being chosen to be that one that's breaking barriers. And a lot of times we try to understand why certain things is like, that's how it feels, that it's soulmate. But I'm acknowledging now to leave it alone for a while and still bother it in the background. And I'm still trying to find ways to focus on you. That's what it is. That's why I told you, when it comes to certain things like that, even though that's what you feel like you want in your life, and if it's destined for you, trust me, baby girl, universe gonna give it to you. But for you to be able to get that, that's why they want you to stay focused on yourself right now. Do what's really important for you, because if you keep that on your main thing, and not allowing yourself to invest in you before you can open up many things. That's why I tell not just you, but there's a lot of people. Heck, I even had to tell myself that when you stay focused on one thing, you don't realize how many other blessings that's coming in front of your face you don't lost focused on, or it could have been right there at your grasp because you still so focused on one thing right here. That's why they tell you to be open towards a lot, because you don't know, this may be a part of that plan, but there's so many different other things that come in there and make it a bigger blessing that you expected. But if you stay focused on, I want this and I want this and this is the only thing I want, when universe has so many things else, other things in store, you may miss out on something because you're so focused on one thing. So you have to be able to allow yourself to see what keeps my anxiety up, what makes my energy all over the place, what do I need to pay attention to right now to put myself in complete alignment to what I'm really deserving of. And when you start applying that towards yourself every day, like I told you, you're not going to find it, it's not going to happen overnight, because, a lot of times we don't realize when we stay accustomed to being in a certain vibration for so long. And it's just like a lot of us don't realize we done jumped another timeline. And when we get there, that mess gets so uncomfortable because you're not used to that type of vibration. You're seeing things different. You're feeling things different. You flowing through other stuff different. And they're trying to get you there. We're trying to get you there. It's like, but I want this. We're trying to get you there. But you staying focused on one thing. We're trying to get you to that moment to where it's not going to just bring one blessing. It may even give you 10, but that's that time where it's trying to get you on that float. Because it's like, if you jump something, you know how they used to always tell us, the old folks will tell us, you jumping a gun too quick. Stop trying to count all your eggs in the basket, or put all your eggs in the basket. They want you to flow through this, but stay committed on you right now. You know what is holding you back. You know what your issues are that blinds your faith on what is, what you're being guided towards. You know what you keep investing in where God is telling you to put that down, or what you're not letting go of when they're trying to tell you, hey, these are the things that's holding you back. Because a lot of times we hold on to the old when we try to invest in the new, and you can't do that. You have to be able to let it go, appreciate what's being showed to you. Even if it hurts, you still put gratitude and, just being grateful for those things, because it taught you a lot about yourself, a lot about things you may not want in your life, what you don't deserve, what you do deserve, even if it's somebody that hurts you. That's okay, because it's showing you they don't need to be in your life anyway, no matter who it is. So it's just like so many things is being shown to us right now that is getting crazy, because it's like that vibration is just moving it's intensifying by the day. Even if it is just like when you start flowing with it, it's going to go a lot faster, especially, with the vibration from the Pluto, the Neptune, the Jupiter, all these different things, these vibrations is coming out the atmosphere. And just from the energy that we hold is already changing stuff already as it is. That's right reason why there's so many different things that's acting up in the world, or there's so many different things that may show you a glitch, like it may be just stuttering, and you don't realize your frequency is so intense and so fierce that you messing up different things around you, and you don't even like, man, what's going on? And these are the things that's really taking place to where it's, it's vibing with you, but a lot of things ain't vibing in the same vibration as you. Is wanting to get you to connect to that. So it's just like whatever your issues are right at that point in your life, is wanting you to be able to allow yourself to figure out what it is that needs to be, needs your full attention, what needs your whole, input in it. You can't half do nothing. They said, tell you don't half-ass do nothing, put your whole ass into it and allow yourself to do it. Don't go halfway into something, because universe gives you exactly what you give out, and it comes back and be like, well, dang, I ain't really getting it. Okay, well, you already know you can do that to one person saying, girl, I did this and this and this and that. Or, hey, homie, I did this and this and that. And you didn't really do that. But the universe sees different things that's going on in your life. What are you putting your full potential in? What are you allowing yourself to invest in? Are you investing in something that's going to take you to that next level? Or are you investing in something that's just, it is just wasting time if time existed? So these are those things they're really wanting you to invest in within yourself, but it takes a daily thing to do. And there's a lot of times that, things don't even go exactly where you do it. If you're planning a routine out for yourself every day and you go by that, on what it is to make your life better, whether you're taking your time out to go nature walking for like 10 or 15 minutes or an hour, depending on the schedule that you have, or you're allowing yourself to meditate through different things. Are you writing down your affirmations? Are you practicing your affirmations first thing in the morning, or giving yourself that beautiful pep talk? Because a lot of times we don't see something beautiful within ourselves because we're so busy allowing what our pain is, what we feel like we lack, or what we compare to other people to define us, and saying, what, I love my eyes because it really shows the windows to my soul. I love my personality because it doesn't just uplift me, it uplifts a lot of different people. And when you're allowing yourself to go into that routine of that, you don't know what is falling into place for you that can be so much better. So those are those different things that's going on, because there's so many different people are, coming to me like, Roslynn, I'm being hit with this and this and that. Or, Roslynn, I'm having issues with my family because it just seems like certain people don't want to see me, in a better place. There's a lot of people that are going through that. It's like everybody's struggling towards that life to break that, that mold that has been constantly going on through generation after generation after generation. And for it to come to us, it ain't coming easy. It's not coming easy, which no way, form, or fashion. It's not. And those are the things, reason why they feel like, why is it so hard for me to get towards this destination? Or, it's like what my anxiety makes me feel my affirmations aren't done once I affirm them. And I told you, that's the energy that you have, because if that anxiety makes you have one little inkling of doubt, you're messing up the whole process. You have to be able to believe in the things that you're saying. There's a lot of times that we hold that in our hearts, because maybe there are certain things that we're facing or certain things we really truly don't understand. But like I told you, if you're saying these affirmations, you're not believing in what you're affirming, or you're not believing in the mantras, it's just going to feel that way until you allow yourself to believe in what's going on. 38 and finding out you are adopted. Girl, I was 14, and then I didn't find out from the truth. It was something I had to stumble up on, and that was a good picture right there. So yeah, that is something. Girl, you going through that? Is that what you saying? I'm like, because I know that has to be a gut puncher. That's a throat puncher right there. Those are the things that it can really hit you. Because a lot of times especially if you're in some situations like that. Yeah. Ooh, same here. Ooh, Jesus. You already know. I know. Is I won't believe it's my head. It's hard to point. It's like it's not. It's like that's why I mentioned so much, and that's okay though. But you're allowing yourself, when you know exactly what your problem is. And I told you, when you can see, okay, my anxiety and this and this and that. And a lot of time we don't understand our anxiety is because something we're trying to force to be a certain way, or we're allowing ourselves to see a certain way. What's up, Flora? Say, hey, y'all, keep our heads up and focus on the energy on our planet, and to build and see what's here for us. And how you been? I've been doing good. Yes, I just found, oh, baby. I know I'll pray for you, because I know that is something that you shouldn't be. Number one, you shouldn't have to find out as late as it is. That should have been something that you have found out like when you were old enough to understand. So I really truly understand how it can make you feel probably all pissed off. It can be very betrayed, because I know a lot of people in my life that knew about my situation and didn't tell me about it, or mine was like the cooler talk, the water cooler talk, and the funny. Yeah, it's like some weird feelings in my head. It's a mindset. Yeah, it's like that, because it's just like you have to, okay, if you can allow yourself to say, okay, it's in my head. What is it that makes you feel why your anxiety? Because it's like me, I got OCD and I got PTSD and I got ADD, all that stuff. It's like so intrusive on feeling set in my intentions. You have to be able to understand, break it down for yourself, for you to understand why these are taking place. If you feel like there is a doubt, the reason why you create anxiety in your life, because there's always some form of, let me see how you can say this. A lot of times it's like if it's fear based on if it's an illusion a lot of times that can create the anxiety buildup, especially if you're like a manic depressive or, you know, you got bipolar disorder. I really don't believe in those different type of labels, but that's what folks want to be able to put it when you have different spiritual gifts. Now, I know there's some people out there that the elevator don't go past the 3rd floor and their radio is just way past not tuned. I understand that, but there's different things. Thanks, and the same to you. Everyone is good and the same here. That's good. It's good to hear that, Floyd. It's good to hear that. You know, there's a lot of different things that can create that. It was like, Miranda, what's up, sister? Is like, I don't either. Yeah, it's just, it can, like, especially T with your situation, sis, you know, we got to be able to talk on one-on-one, because I truly understand that could be something that make a whole raging hell to make you find out something like that. And especially if somebody didn't come straight out and tell you that should have been something that you should have knew day one when you were old enough to actually compute what understands that when it unfolds like stuff like that, especially if it was on a way that shouldn't, you had to stumble on it and figure out yourself, that can create a lot of problems for a lot of people. I'm good, girl. I've been, you know, I'm sorry I didn't get back to you because I was like doing my podcast and then trying to do these videos and then lost track of time when I got my ice and stuff and still didn't give me nothing to eat. So it's just been crazy. But other than that, it's been very therapeutic. Very, very therapeutic. But you know, there's a lot of different things that, you know, you're placed on your life, especially T. Ooh, I already know that it can just make you look at the whole world. People that you thought you knew, you don't understand them, you don't trust them, you know, and different things is taking place in your life. It can make you mad. Like with my situation, it took me a long time. A long time. Yes, I think that's honest. I've been busy this week too. Yeah, we already know, girl. You already know. Yeah, it's like something like that. It took me a long time. And it's like, that's how it happened for me. I stumbled. Yeah, I was like that. And it was very hurtful for me because, see, with my situation, I knew since I was a child, a baby, you know, I was not, you know, it wasn't even how I was treated. Just the fact is I knew, you know, my soul knew before I could really understand what was going on. Hey, Sarah, how are you? I'm glad you stopped in. And it can make you very angry. So I understand it can make you look at the world and make you want to pop off. Sometimes make you want to fight. You know, with my situation, girl, oh Jesus. It took me a long time to come balanced, put it that way. It put a long time to come balanced. I ain't just trying to, yeah, it was in denial. It is. Because there's, you know, with my situation, everybody, it was like I was a laughing stock, or people poked at me, people teased me because of certain things, and I would get mad. And then when I finally found out my truth, well, you already know, it made me want to fight. I thought I was going to catch a whole case. But that led me towards my purpose, because it just, you know, it took me a long time for me not to be in my feelings about that, not for me wanting to really, you know, really pop off. And it was something. It was something. And it is just like, this going to probably add on towards your purpose. You know, it's going to head on these, like, especially through childhood. Yeah, it is. It's really messed up, you know, because there's time that I sat here and I was like, I lost my whole mind, you know, because there are certain things in my life that I still stumble with. I ain't even gonna lie. I'll be straight transparent with that. But that's where, when you're allowing yourself to go through that healing process, not allow yourself to act the fool when you have every right to. But that becomes, you become a better person when you allow that to teach you something that can take you to that next level. But it takes you a moment for it to catch up like that. Because, like, shoot, Roslynn, it's easy for you to say. No, it ain't easy for me to say, but this is something I had to practice with every day, you know, because situations, and there'll be different things that goes on where you're healing that inner child. And it's like, especially with your situation, there's going to be a lot of things that's going to come up that brought that situation to, you know, you probably already started having it, but there's a lot of past experiences that are going to take place. And it showed that was, you know, that where that issue was, where it popped up, and you just probably didn't get it either because you were like, you know, okay, I'm not understanding this, or you were probably too young to really understand what was going on. And those times can be hard. It's like shadow work. It helps a lot. Believe in yourself. You have to. But it's just hard for somebody to say that they never went through that. You know what I'm saying, Floyd? But I understand. I had to work on that every day. You know, there's times I have to speak, you know, especially thank God that God blessed me with a gift where I can still talk to my family that passed on, and for them to give me that insight. You know, there's days that I cry. There's days that I'm angry, ready to fight fight people, because so many people did not want my truth to come out. And I got angry with that. You know, I got very angry with that. So that's something that I had to work on every day, because there's certain times the universe will place something in there or shake you like crazy. But a lot of times, devil will use that same situation that you're trying to heal from to make you do something stupid that you're gonna regret later. You know, it's like, how is that time? Yeah, it is. It really is, and it's like a push and pull effect. It's a push and pull, because you got to stay on it. You got to stay on it, because there's days you're going to be okay. You're going to feel like, you know what, this is the best thing that happened to me. And I know my truth. I've been living a lie this whole time. And sometimes it take you a minute to go through that. Yeah. It's like, yes, I had a moment yesterday where my mom was trying to silence me, and I had to just, sit back and observe. You have to, because a lot of times you be like, hold up, go ahead. You have to be like that. And then sometimes it's teaching you, because these things, there are so many different things that's coming into your life that reveals to you, and it may hit a nerve. It may really hit a nerve, because mine did it the other day, and I'm like, oh, that's what that was. It made me want to just go ahead and fight folks again, and it's just like, it comes a time you have to understand your truth is going to come. Your truth is a lot stronger than the lies that people try to produce on you. You know what? Things happen in that dark eventually comes into that light. And that's what universe wants to get you to know. When you allow yourself to stay focused, like, I'm healing. I'm not going to allow different things that's out of my control, to let me fall short in being a better me. And you have to be able to do that. Because I wanted to pop off. Girl, I be feeling your energy. I know you got an alpha female. And that's, ooh, Jesus. When you got an alpha female with that big D energy, that's it. That's all it. Sometimes you got to curb it, like, no, I ain't gonna give it to you today. Let me just stop. Because you gotta just allow yourself to calm thyself. You got to be able to do it. You have to. Like, no, because if I give it to you, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to come back if I don't gave it to you. Because I'm feeling it. I feel y'all when it comes to that. Because there's a lot of things gonna come out your life that's gonna really piss you off. And that'll let you know how far you have come. Because there's a lot of different times that, now with T, I understand. I've been there. I'm going through it. I'm facing it. I face that mess every day. I face it every day. I can't just deny my pain, because it's all over the place. It can't, it's like when you say my energy is intense, is it heavier than most? No, it's not. When it's intense, it's not saying it in a bad way, but your power is there. And that devil will try to do any and everything to make you second guess that. That's why a lot of time you have anxiety, because you are like that root to all understanding. They place that with your grandparents, and your ancestors piled this into you. That's why you have an issue with aligning yourself, because that mess is very intense. It's not heavy as in, girl, I can't talk to you. Only God can work miracles for you. That's not it. It's just the fact is you got so much potential, but you got other things on top of that gift, because you got more than one gift. But yours is so intense, it got you all over the place. That's why I told you, when you start allowing yourself to apply that towards yourself every day, you will start seeing that strength in you. Because the devil really want to keep you in that limbo. He don't want you to sit up here and discover nothing, because he see that true potential he don't want you to discover. And that's what that fear is. He'll put fear based on you at all times. He'll have people that hate you, intimidate you, to keep you in a circle you don't even need to be in. And that's what they doing right now. That's why everybody's telling, that's why a lot of people like, hey, go into solitude. Hey, whatever you got, go into solitude. Whatever is being sent to you, you keep that to yourself. There's too many people that don't want good for you. And it's true. It's so many different things where you have blessings coming, and you can't even see the full potential of that. They don't want you to see that. Not universe, because universe has things that unfold, and we don't even know what's going on behind them closed doors. But you feel there's some forces moving, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be catching it so hard. You wouldn't have people all up in your face, or trying to be like, oh, let me listen to this, or let me hear this, or let me get back in that person's life, because I don't wreck things all up in their life already. but they still going. Let me come back so I can obliterate their whole existence. And there's different things that's coming back for that. So it's something that's going on in your life that is like the devil want to keep you on that back burner. Like, I want you to be feared. I want you to second guess yourself. I want you to place doubts. Yeah, it feeds off your energy. Really do. Floyd, you right on that. Yes. It is. It's like that. And that's what, the devil wants to keep into your path. And there's so many things that's coming good for you, but they don't want you attending to that. They want you to doubt. They want to be able to have people against you, or even take you to that point where it feel like the world against you. And it's not even about that. The universe knows. They always, I always hear, you don't have nothing that you don't need in your life that's not there. Because a lot of times you got to break apart from people for them to understand where you coming from. And a lot of times you be trying to keep telling people. I hear you. You keep telling people, hey, I don't like how you treat me. Or, hey, I just want you to understand. Some people have a purpose to make sure that they always misunderstand you. They hear you. They see you and they understand you. But they're going to try to understand. That may not be what they want to hear. They like it when you toned yourself down. They like it when you dimmed your light. Yeah, it's like it's like the saying, new levels, different. Girls, shut your mouth and keep on talking. Yes, it is. Because you get to that new level, you see so many people, instead of using their energy to whatever bothers them that you're doing in your life, you can put that same energy and you improve yourself, because that's exactly what that person is doing. Because when you start allowing yourself to focus, there's not going to be a time that you say that you didn't one time compare yourself to somebody else's life, or you may have been jealous of certain things that person had in their life that you didn't do in yours. And universe tells everybody you can create something very magical in your life if you allow yourself to do it. You ain't got to manipulate. You ain't got to, deceive or anything like that. You ain't got to block nobody. You can set up all the energy you place on trying to hurt somebody or keep them in a situation that you have no damn control over whatsoever. You can place that towards your life. But there are some people that don't want to do that. No, I just don't want that person having anything. They're not entitled to that. I deserve that. They don't. There's people like that out there. You still just got to let me pray for you, because you're doing a little bit too much, but I'm still doing me, but I'm going to still pray for you. You have to be that way. Hey, Jennifer, how you doing? You must have just got off work. You just got off work. You just got off work. God, I'm hot as hell right about now. But yeah, there's a lot of different things that's going on in your life, where universe is really showing you to see the full potential that you have yourself to do, because you have so many blessings in your life where you have did things and you're trying to understand, like, where the hell did that come from? You could say something like, where they come from. And Randa, I was talking to you today. That little last thing I said, it's like, you know what? I'm going to use that in the podcast, in that investment, invest in yourself. And that is meant for you. I said, I want to go ahead and use that, because there'll be certain things I may say to myself, or there may be certain things I might say to other people. And I'm like, ooh, that gave me spiritual chills. Let me go ahead and say that, because there's a lot of people that's going through that right now. Because there's sometimes you got to be off to yourself. There's so many times you be down and somebody want to kick a dog while it's down. There's so many different things that's showing you. This is giving you that point in your life where it's going to be at a point when you get serious about yourself and say enough is a damn enough. I don't care what that person's doing, what they trying to block, or what this person trying to stop, or what they trying to lie or make, or whoever trying to be a victim over here, or be a culture vulture over here. I'm going to still do me. And whatever I couldn't do yesterday, it's going to make a point to go overachieve it today. And that's going to get to that point where you're going to invest in yourself wholeheartedly than you ever invested in anybody else before. Or there may be times you invest in somebody and see that they weren't even invested in you. And that'll be that time where, when I did that for that person, or when I did it for this one, this situation, I thought it was going to be best for me. Well, I'll put that same energy times 20 and end up excelling in way more ways that I never thought I could do. And these are those things that's coming out for everybody. You're seeing a lot of different things that's coming in your life where you're going to get hungry for that. No matter how it looks, that God is pulling that wild hair out your behind. And it's like, I'm just waiting for you to put fire on what you truly want. Because if it's going to be an investment of a lifetime, they want you to put that energy in it no matter how hard it looks. They want you to be able to do that. And this is that time right now. That's why a lot of people had to go into that seclusion for their life to really understand what was going on, what they really had to allow themselves to focus on. The devil wants you to worry about how many people are in your life, because you got a lot more enemies than you ever imagined. You may think you got it, It's like, what about that black magic? It's like in all the tarot feelings I've been receiving recently, I've been pointing to a few people of doing black magic. I've been getting terrible dreams for weeks, and how do I deal with it? Sarah, are you talking about tarot, like you doing tarot card readings, or you been saying that people are doing black magic on you? Because see, it's just like a lot of people try to perceive that it's like full speed ahead. Yeah, a lot of time people feel like Wiccans and pagans and Wiccas or whatever, or voodoo priestess, whatever. They always look at that as a negative sense because everything has balance to it. There's a lot of times that people do tarot card reading. Tarot doesn't have to be, it's all about what you choose, what intentions you push behind that. Because there's black magic and consider in reverse. Okay. It just basically, number one, there's a lot of people having very bad dreams because the fact is there's something that wants to keep you in that low vibration. And put it that way. There's people that's placing stuff on you. There's a lot of people that's doing that right now. And it's like I get tarot readings on YouTube, and readers tell me there's black magic. There's a lot of times you have to understand, is it black magic when it's all about what kind of intentions is placed behind it. Because there's black magic and you still be you can bless somebody to make sure nothing crazy is coming into their life. But then there's some black magic that's putting treachery into your life. But that people don't understand, and I always tell people don't do that, but people got to learn out from the hard way, whatever is invested for that person that God has for that person, and nobody, and I mean nobody can stop what God has for you. Okay. Whatever is supposed to be there, it's going to be there. But there's a lot of times people will feel like they're entitled to have whatever they think is destined for them, and you're not entitled to that, and they place stuff on you, and they don't realize when you do that and you set that intention is very vindictive and wholehearted and not know that, and that mess goes right back to that person, except it don't go back the way you placed it on them. It's going to go 100 times harder just because you placed the intent for you to control circumstances. It's like Winnie Pine Tarot gives good readings that yes, karma always comes back. And I watched it with my father. Girl, okay, because I'm seeing it. I've seen people do some stuff. Okay, I've seen it. And then when I see it, I'm just like, didn't I tell you not to do that? Because there's a lot of times we get in our minds where it's like it's like Kundalini awakening is black, is good. It all depends on how you're doing it. It's so true. It's all about the intentions, because it's like I hold, pagan in my life. We got that in my family all through bloodline and stuff like that, because of my Hispanic descendants as well as my Creole descendants. It's all going back there. But it's just like a lot of times when people see that, they automatically place something that's evil on that. No, there's a balance to every daggone thing that goes on into your life. It's about what the kind of intent that you're doing. Just like I was telling Miranda the other day, if somebody is doing something, like if you're trying to stay protected, something's came to you and you trying to figure out what's going on in your life that may be something you need to look out for. That's a different story if you're doing the tarot reading about that. But when you're doing something because you're insecure, or you feel intimidated, or you fear that person because they got more knowledge or more gifts than you do or whatever, and you doing that to try to block something, when I say anything that you got set, so-called set as a blessing for you, is all about to be destroyed. And then it's like whatever grave you digging for somebody, you about to fall to hell in. And it's going to be a lot deeper just because you did stuff like that. And people don't understand that. That's why it's just like, I know the power of the damn tongue. Because if I place something on you, you're going to be just gone. But I don't like that. I'm not that type of person, because I feel like whatever your actions are, the way you live your life, is always going to reflect in what you get in your life. So I'll let God do that. I stay in my lane and let God deal with my enemies. Because there's a lot of different things will come to you and you'll know it because the way you feel in the morning, the way you feel like you're drained. You can get up, you have scratches and bruises and stuff like that. Or you have different things that is a trigger you weren't even thinking about that day. You already know. If you had a gut feeling like, damn, somebody put something on me, usually that's what it was. Because God will give you that, hey, you need to be careful about that person because they putting something on you, And I'm good. Because you can put something on me if you want to. Because that'll be just yours, Because it may bring some tragedy to that person's life. But God going to allow that to be used for a power of good. People don't realize that. Because a lot of times stuff is placed on you, just like black magic always have involved others who are in lower energies, and that's exactly what it is. I'm like, hire yourself up for you to really end up just knocking yourself down. How do you get rid of it? You have to, number one, you got to sage. You have to be able to you have crosses and stuff around you. You have to, and there's a lot of different meditations that you can use to go back to sender and stuff like that. All those different things, because it's just like the more you have to understand as well too. The higher you get up in your destiny with their gifts and you come more aligned with that. When I tell you, you're gonna be hitting it, because the devil wants you to stay dumb. Ignorance is bliss for a lot of people, because too many people don't want to. They fear what they need to connect with. They fear that, so they want to keep that. So the more you keep going up on that next level, there's a lot of different things going to come up and wants to make you feel paranoid, want to make you feel like there's things out to get you. But also at the same time, there's people connected to you that you may be speaking on. It's like whatever you got going on good in your life, keep that to yourself. It don't matter if it's a sister, if it's a husband, a wife or whatever, even family members, keep it to yourself. Because there's too many people who are trying to make and invest to make sure that you don't get nowhere except where you're at right now. And they want you to stay miserable. They want you to keep, because whatever is, you're always protected. But if you have that shadow of a doubt that God is not in control of your life, or universe is not protecting you and your deities, your masses, your ancestors, when you place doubt in that, you're giving that enemy direct line to make sure that you messed up. When they're like, hey, everything that's unfolding is either going to bless me or it's going to invest in me. It ain't going to be nothing that's going to hurt you like that. Even if they place some kind of harm on you, you're always protected. Ain't nothing going to sit up here and finish what God got for you. So protect yourself by surrounding yourself with, metaphysical mirrors. Send it back. Yeah, that's all you can do. Just like what did Miranda say? This when I had black magic done on me, it taught me a lot of lessons and came back. Yeah, it do. Because it does. Because a lot of times people see something and it can be a struggle in their finances or a struggle in their household with different, with your children or your husband, your marriage, your relationships and stuff like that. But then on the downside, they think that's the downside for you. But then it starts showing you where your strength is. If this is a relationship that's based for you, all y'all got to do is just put it in. If this is something that you really know, like you and the person you're connected with, if y'all really know you have something that's worth saving, y'all gonna allow yourself to do that. Because a lot of time people push stuff on you and don't know that evilness they putting on you becomes your biggest blessing, and that's where they mess up at. Every time, that's where they mess up at. Because oh my Lord, we done got her stressed out, or she over here struggling. She just really trying to understand. We got her right there. When they start noticing that'll be your blessing right there. Because God will start showing you what is the access to your life. What is the ones you keep talking to keep on trying to place doubt in your life? Because I want to talk to you about my feelings later on, but I'm not able. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I told you there's certain things on here, not saying it because of them, but there's a lot of different people out here that don't need to know your business. So we'll just talk about that there. But if you want to stay here, we can talk. That's good. It's all good in the hood, boo-boo. But yeah, there's a lot of different things that's going on in people's life that is really hitting you heavy. And a lot of time but you also have to take in mind too, Sarah, And plus you welcome. I forgot to say that. There's a lot of things that's coming where it's clearing your slate to what make you feel like black magic's going on in your life, but you're clearing that. There's a lot of different things that you done held from so many lives back that they're wanting you to clear all that out. And that is heavy, especially if you were that one that was chosen. You know, you have to know that. It's like I'm a little day. That's fine, baby. I'll talk to you later. But you know, all these different things are taking place to make you a better person. You know, it can be very hurtful. It can, you know, it can knock you off your feet. You know, different things like, you know, what T was talking about. You got to find out something like you should have been found out years ago. This is that thing where it truly, really, truly tests you, you know, to allow you to move forward. Now, this is going to be a part of my destiny. These are the things that I had to go through that really hurts me. But this is going to be something that's going to make me invest in myself a lot more. You know, and especially if you got people that just really don't want to see the best in you, that lets you know right then and there, girl or guy, you got something very important into your life. If people want to start sitting up here laying doubt into there, or they're trying to do anything and everything to make sure you don't soar. You know, you have something good that's invested in your life, and God wants you to be able to let you know, hey, this is for you. I just want you to stay committed, like you be committed to drama. I want you to stay committed to, you know, doing that blessing. Yeah, it's just like, it's a lot of people getting like that. So, you know, if you got to leave too, Jennifer, we'll talk later. It's fine, baby. But, you know, there's a lot of different things that's taking place to where, you know, you're starting to see different things while you're unfolding. And I mean, a lot of times that can put you in a whole lot of different emotions in your life, because it could be feeling like, oh, it's not fair, you know, or I was doing good a few days ago. Why did it have me a setback today? You know, it's all about how you allow yourself to be challenged. Are you allowing yourself to walk away when you feel like you can't overcome these different things into your life? Or are you allowing yourself to come in full connection of that challenge? Because there's a lot of times things are just placed in your life just to test you, to see if you want to give it all you have, you know, to make it come out to something that you didn't know that was best for you. And a lot of times you get put in these situations where it makes it feel like, you know, I'm never going to get out of this situation. But it's just like, it's all about, if you're speaking that into existence, you're making that your reality. But you allow yourself to say, you know, no matter what it is, yeah, is that I can do a little white magic for you. You know, hey, if she wants to give you permission to do that, it's fine. Because a lot of different things, it has to have your permission to be able to do that, you know. So it's just like, you know, a lot of different things is just taking you to that next point of your destination. And this is how you're learning through all different experiences. You know, it just comes to that time you got to be able to quiet your mind, because a lot of times, you know, with those thoughts of what somebody's done or what somebody said or how somebody hurts you, you know, if you keep that on your mind, you're creating that as your reality of basically staying focused on everything that somebody's done, instead of using that as that fuel to conquer everything. Okay, this person that hurt me just showed me that person don't need to be in my life. Still forgive them, but keep on going. He prepared me before I found out. Yeah, that's probably the reason why you came to me in the first place, sis. I'm like, dang, I'm telling you, it's not a good feeling to go through something like that. You know, especially if you know you there's something very different about yourself anyway that don't go connect with your, especially if you have siblings. Like, why do I always feel different from them? Or with me, I didn't look nothing like my family. Everybody kept on saying, you look like your daddy. Like, no, I don't. I'm like, no, I don't. And it's like, you know, it's like, yes, the more you focus on that low energy, the more you manifest. You make that your reality. Instead of you allowing everything that went against you, allow that to help you conquer. That's all you can do. And especially if you're a sore loser, you know, sometimes you got to psych yourself out. You know how many people are sitting back waiting for you to fail. You got to be able to tell yourself that. I seen, I think I shared it on my, on here on my shorts, where it was talking about how, Nicki Minaj was like, why don't that just, you know, why don't she die? Why don't she just go somewhere? It's like, I ain't going nowhere, B. You know, I'm here. You can't take me away. And that's a lot of times you have to have that energy for yourself, because there's so many people that hate what you're becoming. You know, and that is just like, I know I heard Daniel, what's his name? Ali? I think that's his name. Daniel Ali said that where, I mean, I agree with them to a certain extent, because a lot of time people don't know how to express that they're, they admire you. They don't know how to express, that you're giving them something to believe in within themselves. I'm like, it's either you know how to say that, you don't go off trying to block somebody. You ain't trying to go off on trying to, dumb them down or make them feel like they ain't doing nothing. Now you just showing exactly what you are. You intimidated, or you just really comparing yourself to a person. I always tell somebody, anytime you start comparing yourself to a person, you already lowered yourself already. And that's something you didn't do. You should never do. Because I've done that before in my life. And I said, but I'd be dang. Let me raise myself up a little bit, but a lot, Yeah, is that the truth is here. It is. It's all about how you see yourself. It don't matter what anybody else's opinions are of you, or what they want to define you. When people come out and they, their words can be vicious and it can really hurt you, but they're projecting something on you, because that's how they gotta, keep driving themselves up, because they want to place something on you. And there's a lot of times you going on outside sources to make yourself feel powerful. That's where a lot of people are, when especially they're verbally abusive or emotionally and mentally abusive, is because they, this is where they're feeling their energy on, is when they do that. And it's just like, this is how you feel about yourself, and it's a lot of time people hate that. And I mean, it's just like, but you're speaking the truth. You don't have to down nobody, because I've seen so many different things I could say about somebody. And a lot of times I'll used to put myself in that same level, but I'll say, you know what, I'm not even about it. I'm just lip and laugh and keep on going. Because I could say so many jacked up things about somebody, but that makes me no better than them. Just keep your thoughts to yourself. You already see what's going on, and just keep moving. Just take a mental note and just keep moving. Yeah, because you're getting challenged right now. And it's like, well, I say with T, I understand that when somebody can be there to understand how that hate, that madness, you ready to catch a case on anybody that knew that situation, you didn't allow me to know. And other people, that's one thing that was about me. I was about to catch a whole big case, because I had a whole bunch of people that were list of people I want to spiritually connect with. Like my friend said, she wanted to get to you face to face. Yes, my older brother a few months ago said, that's why you're acting like you're the shit. And I told him, I'm not. You're the one who thinks that. It is. And people say, no, you think that I'm about that. But thank you, though. People act like, you act like you don't know how to act. No, that's just what you're trying to project towards me. That's how you feel about me. And a lot of people don't realize they're doing that. And somehow, because it was like with me growing up, I used to always want to, make my adopted father proud of me for different things, or I want to be accepted, and I used to barely get, if it was a congratulation, that mess was dry as the Sahara Desert, okay? And the more I started growing up and the more I started emulating shit that he was just straight, jealous of, all of a sudden I started getting all kind of insults. You start embarrassing me in front of a whole group of people, because you done created this type of villain I am. They only knew half of the story, but not the whole story, and those things. And I said, oh, so instead of because he always used to talk bad about his daddy, and his dad been dead for, like longer than I've been here on earth. And then I was just like, oh, so basically you hated your dad so much you became him, because everything that he did to you and you hated him for, you becoming to me. But what makes you think, so what are you making me think about you? But then that was the blessing I needed, because that showed me you ain't supposed to be in my life, because anybody who really truly loves you, they're not going to make you feel less than anything. And that's that thing. You're breaking cycles. You're really breaking cycles, because there's a lot of different things that goes on in your life, where it can even be family hitting below the belt or stuff. And they already made when they approached you like that, they're presenting to you how they truly feel about you. Because when people start doing that, because see with me, when people, especially when it comes to my stepmom and my stepsister, don't even, them folks that my mom's ex-husband married, let me put it that way, because I done just disconnected from that mess. You ain't, hell no, you ain't a part of that to me in my life. But when I started showing, my bite is so much bigger than my, than my bark, I didn't have no time to play. When I presented that, oh, you want to catch that? You can go outside. Only space and opportunity. I was one of them dogs to put the tail between the legs. I was like, oh, so you can act vicious out here, and then when somebody approach you with a challenge, you go running. Okay, got you. Duly noted. You know, it's like when someone shows you their true colors, that, you know, take it as that. Adios, amigos. Yes, it is. That's what it is. Because that showed me, I said, you know, and the things that I used to laugh about, I said, the main people are trying to create drama for you and trying to, you know, put friction in your life. If you really want to go them all heads up, like take it to the streets, like back in the, how they used to say, take it to the streets, you can't man up. I'm like, oh, so what are you expecting was going to happen? I mean, because some people, it gets to that point, they'll just walk away. But then it's just like when it came to that point for you to go head for head, because they know I'm about that life, they're going to see me in action. Then all of a sudden, they'll go, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. Okay. And like, okay. But yeah, it's like that with people, and it's sad. It's really like that with people. But you tend to learn your experiences based off of your trauma. You know, those become your biggest blessings, because there's so many people. Because T, if you still here, baby girl, you gonna get through that, and you gonna pass it through flying colors. That's gonna be your biggest strength right there. Because that was at something like that. That's something like that can knock you down, especially when you learn it that far out. You know, because mom was like, you know, 13. I had to find out on my birthday, and ever since that, I couldn't stand my birthday. I couldn't stand I couldn't stand anything that represented that. And now it's just like I appreciate that. So now I can understand why I'm not liked. You know, all the ones that really cared about me and knew my truth, they're no longer here, but they're in my position to make sure I do right. You know, and that's good. You know, a lot of times you getting placed in these situations where you dealing with sibling rivalries, and you that one that, you know, probably the siblings and the people that, you know, surround you that's creating a so-called family on what you were needing to be placed in. They get mad when they haven't got those gifts that you have. They get mad because they don't have the views that you were blessed with. And those are the different things that you know, and it's not your fault. That's that way. That's where God made it. You know, I tell people, you get mad about that because there are even sometimes you got to deal with that with other people of your tribe. And you get like that. Like, hey, you take that up with the guardians. You know, you take that up with the ancient ones. You know, the tribal ancestors and all of them different ones. You need to take it up to the main one. It ain't got nothing to do with me. They all picked everybody in their leader. But it's just like, you can't, and I use that, you can't compete to anybody that wants to see you win too. Yeah, it's like my sister is that way. You already know I told you about that. You already know I told you about that. It's okay. That will be that. It will be that thing. You is also my confirmation. You know that. You know, T, you've been with me for a long time. You know a lot of things that I just don't even talk about, and you know those. And those are the things, if I can do it, baby girl, you can do it too. And that mess, it hits deep. It hits deep because there's a lot of different things where you can see out in the world that confirms a lot of different things that happen in your life. You can see somebody else and it went far left for them. You know, they catching cases, hell, they probably, you know, they doing life for the things that you may be doing, but God don't have that for you. God does not have that for you, because when that truth hits, it hits. Like, you know, it may not be on that same one. You know, me too. Okay, you already know. Because mine, it hit really bad because mine was big, you know, and that's something that I can't shake away from. That gives me my experience all the time because my father is not here or my mother is no longer here. The main ones that adored me like they was, you know, and all those different things in my life. Yes, I placed it on you. Okay, that's good that you did that for Sarah, Jennifer. I'm glad you did that for her. Yeah, but there's a lot of times it's just like when you find that truth and it hit deep because it has a bigger purpose for you. And that's a lot of times when you're trying to figure out what your purpose is. Because there's certain, because this thing, T, I feel like you knew something was bubbling, you know, like that pot that you leave unattended on the stove when you bubbling something, you know, when you boiling something, you felt that something was coming out that you didn't know. Was like, you know what, let me go ahead and sit down somewhere because I know there was something going to come out my life that I may not actually be mentally ready for, but you have no choice but to be, you know, because it's just a lot of times stuff like that, like with me and your situation, it can make you go a whole dark road. It can lead you towards ugliness in this world. But when it's placed onto that, that's the reason why I think when you come out and you telling me that, it lets me know that you were destined to connect with me, because then you'll say, you know what, she understands where I'm coming from. Nobody shouldn't have to find out stuff like that. You know, it's like, yes, it's like my first dark night of the soul. That shit hit, girl. Like I said, I was about to go to jail for mine. Because I mean, when I called, I'm saying I'm about to. Then God was like, no, don't do that. That's the reason why. Because you see, when I first found out mine, this is when I was still sitting up here hitting the devil's lettuce. Because God knew what he was about to unfold with me. You gonna have to have me lifted up some kind of way. Because you tell me like this when I'm sober, oh, I'm about to go to jail. I'm really about to go to jail. And I was angry for a long time. I'm just now starting to get into my peace. And that was 5 years. And it takes some time for you to really go through that. But that's where you know your heartache becomes your greatest strength. And a lot of times we don't know that because people don't have that same heart as us. They really don't. You know, because there's so many people that fall in bad ways where they feel like sometimes people use that as an excuse to keep being toxic. You know, or keep doing the things that, well, my life is like this, my life. Okay, yes, this is your life, but did you have to keep being that like that to keep being in your life? Because it was with me. It took me a long time to stop identifying with my pain that somebody else done put me through. You know, I invested in that too. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it takes time. It does. It's like, especially when family's involved. With mine, it was like, you aren't my family. You're the enemy. You have never been my family. Even my biological is not family. That was just a blessing in disguise for you. Well, let me say, parts of my biological family, that was a part of my blessing in my path, my spiritual path, because that mess hit deep for me. It really did, and it still do at times. But it's just like, this is a part of my destiny where I'm about to show up and show out in my life, because it's going to be something that it can be my greatest strength. And a lot of times it takes for you to go through that trauma, tear your whole world apart, for you to put it together the way you want to. Because a lot of times people put your life together on how they want to see you, how they want you to go, how they want you to be. Like, nah, I got this. I got this. I'm about to put my life together because this is a lie. That's a lie. This is a lie. This is a whole lie. You know, let me allow myself to move in there. You're like, yeah, devil. It's like, earth angels born in a devil's family. Girl, what you say? What you say? You know, and it's just like, when I see it, it's like my father has been by my side. You know, God, like on my side, God, and that's the truth. Yeah, it takes me some time for it to get registered. You already know, T, when you ready to talk on that one-on-one, I'm there. You already know. Because there's a lot of things it's hard for you to place in public. I get that. You know, there's a lot of things that, you know, it's hard for other people to understand unless they've gone through something like that. And it's hard, you know, and situations like that where I felt like I had nobody to turn to, and there are certain things you just can't even talk about no more, because it's like you get stabbed in the back every kind of way. So it's just like, you know, I'll keep that to myself. And it's hard for you to have to keep something like that to yourself, but it has to be kept to yourself, you know. And there's just things that where it's going to end up sorting its own self out. But as long as you allow yourself to focus on your healing, where God and universe is planting you at, where they're guiding you at, it's going to fall into place for you. You know, you have to be able to allow yourself to have that faith within you, you know, because there's a lot of different things that comes out when you know you focused on you know, and that is the whole truth. When you decide where you want to be focused on your growth, your spiritual, you know, evolvement, not involvement, but evolvement. When you involving in some kind of way, devil hit so quick, like, oh, heck no, I don't want you to be this. Let me go ahead and send all this riffraff your way, because I'm going to make sure that don't happen. That's when you know it is true. When you stay focused, like, you know what, I can't allow people that feel like they, you know, they got the upper hand of my destiny, and they trying to control this and they're trying to control that they can going to end up doing something in my life that is not godly, you know, in God's form, or different things that they're trying to do to make me go this way. You, whatever is going on into your life, you have to take that as, you know, you have to be, some things you got to see from distance. People can see you, but they don't need to be connecting with you in certain type of ways. Yeah, he prepares to send the little demons out. He do. He really, really, really do. You know, because they don't want you. They don't want, ignorance is bliss. Like, you can see there's so many different things that goes on in this world, and you can see it. You can really, really see it. How there are certain things that they covering up to create, not to create world panic, because they already know it's like devil on one side, God on the other. You know, there's so many different things where you see that there's different places of the world where mass people are losing their lives left and right. You know, or different places is going through those instant resets where they're having earthquakes, hurricanes, fires, where it has to start from the ground up. God wants something to happen. It's going to take it all the way to build it back up all over again. So it's just a lot of different things that's taking place where it can build up in God's eyes. But a lot of time you can see the trickery and the foolery the devil's trying to, you know, pull in different places of the world. And a lot of times they want you to, oh, this is fake. You know, people sent that out and try to come at, yeah, no, y'all trying to cover it up and say it's fake. You know, all these different things, you know, like we were talking the other day, when you see the stuff going on in the Gulf of Mexico, you know, and then I'm telling y'all, hey, I think these serpents, because, you know, like back in the day, we were talking about, you know, when there was fire coming out of the ocean, it was something, them serpents was coming out. And next thing you know, you named the gas line up under the thing that was talking about the fires and the serpents. You know, what is the Leviathan? This is Leviathan gas, you know, gas company. And it just don't happen to be Leviathan. It was close to the, you know, to the Gulf of Mexico and all this different stuff that's going on. We're going through the reaping. You see how the ones that's supposed to be here to change the earth is here. But there's also creating a balance for when the ones that God want all the way up there, he got them already taken and putting them in place. You know, so all these different things is just coming out to create a spiritual balance on this world, because you see the evilness in other people. You know, you start seeing things where fake people face just start changing, or you see different people with these extra shadows behind them, just, you know, because they connecting with things. Because if you're allowing yourself to feed through the weaknesses, oh, that you just open yourself up to be, you know, it's not the person you're fighting, it's the daggone spirit they holding it right along with it. So all these different things is just taking place, and it's just looking crazy. So it's just like you're going through those times. You know, you're going to have those good days. You're going to have those bad days. And there's going to be times that, you know, you're going to hate everybody that can, you know, add it towards that pain that you have. And then there are going to be different times you're going to be going through that healing process and say, you know what, I appreciate that, because the things you sent my way was meant to knock me down and got me 10 times higher than you wanted me to be. And that's how you have to be able to see it. You know, everything is taking place, and it is going to be for the, you know, for the better of you. You know, it's just all about how you choose to, you know, see it, how you choose to go about it. You know, there's going to be a lot of things you really are not going to understand. There's going to be a lot of times where you feel like somebody's got the upper hand of you that doesn't want to see you soar. You know, all those different things that's taking place, where it's always telling you, just keep believing in where you're being guided to. You know, don't matter, you know, because a lot of times God put those, you know, those illusions and those different things to see if you're going to allow yourself to be distracted by them on the side by side, or you still going to stay focused on him, you know, and keep it moving and letting it take place. But y'all, I am getting tired. I got to go ahead and re-up on my daggone recharges, but I appreciate y'all coming out and connecting with me. I truly appreciate it. My prayers are with you, T. Things are going to get better. You know, if you need to hit me up on the sideline, you already know where to catch me at. And we'll talk. And, you know, thank y'all, everybody, for coming in and chiming in and talking to me. It's truly appreciated. And we will talk later. And Sarah, you know, I'm sending so much healing and abundance and protection vibes towards your way. And much love to y'all. Thank y'all for stopping through. Much love. Peace. Bye.